Welcome to SGL Spiritual Guiding Light. Okay, so the reason why we have this already pre-laid down is because this was the reading from that was recorded for the podcast. So if you guys want to hear the initial beginning of what's love got to do with it, click the link in the description box. But for the most part, what was channeled was it's about self. Ask yourself what love has to do with it. And before I start, if you have not yet checked out the manifestation link, it is in the description box. It takes 4 minutes to manifest, okay, to allow universe to bless you and gift you with the desires of your heart by practicing gratitude. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I thank you for the support in advance. For those of you who are in here now, thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. It encourages me to keep going. So this message, I hope that it encourages you. Oh, look at there. We have an affirmation about courage, and I will read your affirmations at the end. So this here has to do with forgiving self, this whole message. For the most part, your gifts are being hidden, and you know exactly what those are. Some of you are into leadership roles, such as speaking up. It's so full of so much information. You have so many pentacles. I mean, wherever you walk, you are going to be compensated. Whenever you give your heart, you are going to be compensated. Whenever you give a piece of your mind, you're going to be compensated. But there is a type of an anxiety where you have isolated yourself, okay, from the world, from the people, and time has changed. Some of you may not feel like you're hip, like you don't fit in, and you do, you perfectly fit. It's just what you're being blinded by is not what you're aligned with. And divine is cutting right through that, cutting through that illusion and placing this crown on your head so that you can be able to have more clarity here. Because see, normally when you are coming out, this is like a typical day. You're coming out in the Knight of Swords, and you're not paying attention to anything. And then when you do have contact, it's a quick conversation. Your anxiety kicks in, and you don't want people to really look into your eyes to see that there's a lot of pain. You feel left out, but this is your safe place. Okay? Some of you, it is cold inside your homes or wherever you reside. But for the most part, the Five of Pentacles is you have imprisoned yourself in this place of isolation. Okay? And what is being suggested by Spirit is that as you release and come out and show the world your love, your compassion, your identity, your charisma, your humor, take your time with the Knight of Cups. No one is in a rush. Okay? Your anxiety is so bad that you've been doing the Knight of Swords for such a long time. Right? But we have the Hierophant here. Most of this trauma has occurred due to religious upbringing. It's not your fault. You have to forgive. You already know what you need to do. What this is you're so used to being, or this is someone that you are trying to help get out of them enslaving themselves. Like their anxiety is so bad that they lock themselves in the house. They won't come out. Okay? And it's pretty clear. And they especially if you're an individual who sleeps a lot, your safe place is you love to dream because you can create the characters in the happy place. So you eat, sleep, and you just eat, sleep because you want to stay in that dream, right? Because when you awake, you were in the Five of Pentacles, and Divine saying, I'm cutting through that. All you have to do is just let go and release, release, release. And as you release everything with the Six of Pentacles, it's going to be in balance and harmony here. You have no ill intentions whatsoever. Your gifts are going to make room for you with the Five of Wands. Okay? Your affirmation is, I forgive myself. So what does love have to do with it? In order for you to be able to answer that question, is you have to forgive yourself, viewer. Or this is your confirmation to encourage the person that is going through this, that you know. This could be a family member, a co-worker. You have to fill in the blank of who this is. And then we have courage here. The power is within me. You can do it. You can do it. Just one day at a time. Because when you're coming out, it's like you go into the store, but you're not looking, you're not paying attention. And then if you do see someone, it's like, hi, hey, but you keep going. You make it very short, and you're rushing to come back into the Five of Pentacles. Peace, be still. Allow divine to work in your house. He's giving you clarity, right, on what you need to do, and that is to release and to forgive. Forgive yourself for being hard on yourself. One small little thing can trigger you into the Knight of Swords, right? And being defensive, wanting to, this is how people are perceiving you, becoming really angry, easily ticked off, just to run back into your hiding place of the Five of Cups, right? Some of you come into the Knight of Swords because those who say they're willing to have a listening ear are not listening. And so you get mad. Then you become more depressed. So make sure you practice the 4-minute manifestation, on a daily. You're not required to do it every hour, but once 4 minutes out of 24 hours, it starts to become a routine. Okay? So what does love have to do with it? Everything. But the only way that you can really experience true love is forgiving yourself. See, some of you automatically are thinking, what's love got to do with it? Either the movie, or some kind of domestic violence, or just some kind of toxicity. The only toxicity is what self is doing to self. In the Five of Pentacles, you're willing to make yourself eternally ill? Are you really, really, really saying, you know what, Spirit, I'm not going to, even though you're working on my behalf, I'm still going to stay in the Five of Pentacles because I just feel comfortable in my dreams. And for some of you, your talents make room for you, and it's like you have talents. Everyone, anyone can, throw a newspaper, but that's not what you're doing here. For some of you, this is recommending maybe you should liven up your space, your living quarters, and then start applying for remotely jobs that consist of you having to work at home until you really are able to master your anxiety and your depression. And like I said, taking your time slowly with the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay. There was something I was supposed to say. There was something I was supposed to say. There was something I was supposed to say. I'm really trying to, it was right there and it just, ew. So that could be it too. You can just literally you're like, you have these moments where it's like, I can do this, right? I'm cutting through the Five of Pentacles because I know that's not a healthy place. Someone has, found out that you are ill, that you are sick, and it's hard for you to be strong and cut through, so that you can have strength to not be in the Five of Pentacles. Someone does feel left out in the cold though, but you need to forgive yourself because you came towards them as the Knight of Swords. I mean, if someone's coming at me like that, I'm gonna run, right? So once you forgive yourself, you have the courage and realizing the power was within you. And the apologies that were due have recycled itself, where the people you thought you lost have never lost. That not never lost, left. Someone's having social anxiety. So you choose to be in a dark space. We live in a time where there's no excuse why you can't make a friend. Self-conflict. Let's shed some light on you. Some of you can be dealing with racism. That's for some. In the form of your work environment. So you choose to stay home. Yeah, your guidance is divinely guided. Confirming the Ace of Swords here. And it's being suggested that you work remotely. You can do it. You got this. You got this. Answer the call. What is calling? What is your soul calling you to do? Okay. Let's go ahead and pull overall direction. Greetings. Let's go ahead and get for overall direction. Overall direction. What's love got to do with it? Love has to do with everything. Love is kind. Love is gentle. Yes. Suggestion to be more gentle with yourself. Be more kind to yourself. Talk to yourself. Yeah, it's not crazy to talk out loud to self. We have the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, like I was saying, dealing with anxiety, trauma, worry. Air sign, you may be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. Then we have the King of Cups, wisdom, confirming again. Ace of Swords. Cutting right through that, speaking up for yourself. Water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Creating a balance for some of you. You are now at peace and you've accepted a job to work at home and everything is going accordingly. Everything feels balanced with the Six of Pentacles. Now you're able to be you and have the freedom to do what you need to do to feel your harmony and your balance with the Knight of Pentacles, and you're doing it slowly, enjoying life. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. Make sure you start practicing your 4-minute manifestations on a daily. Is there anything else? No. Anything else? All right. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle, and that is you and I.